Okay, hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. Time for another speed lap. I have like 3 of these ready already, at least at this point of time. Okay. Go back to default. Make this guy record. And let's talk about this matchup. One thing about this matchup, which is really good in my opinion, is the same kind of logic that I have when I think about electrics. Electrics are good when people don't have that much high crushing tools to get in, and it's exactly the same here. Electrics are good against Hwoarang, but why Miguel, right? Why Miguel is good, well not good, but a good keep out character is because of his counter tools like Magic 4 and Back 1. Since Hwoarang can't really high crush them that well, these are good keep out tools, especially Magic 4 with its range. But one thing is you have to be very careful when throwing them out, because Hwoarang player can whiff punish them very easily with Back 3. Unlike Electrics, they're risky to throw out. Electrics are harder to punish, of course, they recover quickly. So Back 3 you have to be wary of. But in general, if the Hwoarang player really harasses you, throwing out the Magic 4 as a counter hit or Back 1 can work, because you know they can't really crush it. The only crushing move they have is this one. It's not that bad in this matchup, you only get the while standing 4 or while standing 1. But it's not that big a deal, basically. This move is not that big a deal. So in general game plan, if the Hwoarang player really abuses the jab pressure to get in, or forward 4, stuff like that, you may keep out with some of your counter tools. It's not that bad of an option. Okay. Now let's talk about this move. Since I started talking about it, let's see what happens after you get hit. Of course, if you block it, you punish it. But let's see what happens after you get hit. This is very common for a Hwoarang player to do. 4-4. Because 4-4, very fast 11 frames. And it's -5. It's not punishable. Very common. And if you try anything too slow, like a down forward 1, you're gonna get hit. Even if you try a Magic 4, you're gonna get hit. But something like Back 1 will trade it. Because down back 3 is 0 on hit. Comes out in 11 frames, this will trade with 11 framers. One thing you can do as a Miguel player is that, of course, into whatever, Back 1. This will beat it. But it is risky, of course, because you're pressing a button. Whenever you press a button, there's a risk involved. But you have other options. Something like this. You can actually sidestep this very consistently, most of the time. Well, not sidestep, sidewalk. If you sidestep, this happens. The second one either tracks, or the full thing tracks. You have to sidewalk and keep sidewalking. And then punish whatever, right? Do whatever to punish. The sidewalk is pretty consistent, and the only time it's not consistent is in point blank range. Something like this. Right? Then this might track you randomly. Sometimes you might still sidestep it, but most of the time it will track you, because the point blank range tracking it has is way better than normal. But as I said, you can still step it sometimes like this. So it's very good to sidewalk and then punish. Whatever combo, right? So that's very useful to know after this. But of course, you have to be very careful when it comes to stepping this move or just pressing into this move, because Hwoarang players can just do nothing and maybe bait out the Back 1, so something like this may happen, right? If you do a Back 1 here, just like I told you to, this might happen. Don't go blaming me if this happens, okay? Don't blame me if this happens. That's just a mind game. You have to like adapt to it. Back 1 doesn't beat everything. Is it possible with the Mishimas? Yeah. It is possible with the Mishimas. I've lapped Kazuya vs Hwoarang as well, and Kazuya can do the same. But the thing is, the point blank range 4-4 tracks a little bit better if you play Kazuya. Kazuya, but it's still possible to sidestep. More or less. So sidewalk left, just like with Miguel, and you electric. It works really well. Can't do it with AK, yeah. Okay, so that's about down back 3 mind game. The Hwoarang player can do nothing because it's only 0. So, yeah, be careful. Oh, Zetro thing with the follow. P2 also, yes, P2 also works because this does not force crouch. You can sidestep whatever direction you need. Unless there's like a weird again bug for P2, which I'm not sure about, but it should work. Let's see. The next thing I'm gonna cover is gonna be the CD3 and those kind of options, but for now let's see this one. Come on. Yeah, nah, it works normally. No weird P2 bug. Okay, now let's talk about this move. After this, I'll talk about down 3-4, which is the bane of our existence. First, this one. This is also a bane of our existence. A Hwoarang player might mix this up with down 3-4, and it's a very good mix-up because this is a wall bounce. Right? Gives shit ton of damage. Into wire combo. I forgot the Hwoarang's inputs. Yeah, very, very good move. Now let's see when this gets blocked. That's the situation we need. +4. So this is why this is an amazing move. Absolutely bonkers of a move. Very good. So after you block this, most Hwoarang players will do a jab like this as a frame trap. Most Hwoarang players. But of course they can do some other stuff. Because, you know, they're plus. But this jab is a very common option. So let's see what we can do about this jab. I've labbed the situation a lot because, you know, it's so annoying to deal with. One thing you cannot do is sidestep into a launcher. This is impossible. You do not have the frames. You see how fast I'm doing it? Unless you do it like supersonic fast like this one, it's not a punish. Like this is not a punish. Unrealistic in the real game. Never do this. What you can do is sidestep into a 12 frame punish like this. But you have to do it preemptively. Right? Be very careful when it comes to this though. Very, very careful. Like the best thing you can do is sidestep into a button, right? Normally. But there are like some unique options some characters have as well, which involves high crushing. I'm not sure if Miguel can do anything like that, but let me check one thing. Damn. So Miguel does have an option like that. This is what I want to check. A unique high crushing option for the jab. Miguel does have it. So down 1+2 does have a unique high crushing option for this situation. I've labbed this for a few characters. Like Kazuya doesn't have one, I have to do a down 1+2 and pray that I get a counter hit. But those kind of options are generally a little bit risky. Not a little bit, quite risky. Because if something like this comes out, you're gonna get counter hit. Right? And you do not want to get counter hit. But you have that option. Instead of doing a sidestep into whatever, you can also do that. Down back 1+2? Oh, you mean down back 1? What's down back 1+2? Oh, Heihachi. Oh. Yeah, Heihachi's down back 1+2 works. Yeah. It works. Actually, Heihachi's down back 1+2 is a option select for almost everything, I think. I'm not sure. I think I labbed it once, but this might hit you. This might still hit you. Okay. So for the jab, you have those two options. Either a high crushing option like down 1+2 of Miguel's. I think down back 1 might work as well, but I don't think it's worth it. Let me see. Yeah, this works as well, but it's not a punish. You can actually block that. Yeah. Now let's cover this. To this and to this. and this into this, because these two are very common options. So after this, what do you want to do? One thing is, if they use this will actually counter any kind of retaliation that's not a jab or a high. Like if you do these kind of highs, it will work, but 12 frame, it will trade. So this is a very good move. And one more thing, you cannot sidestep this to the left. Full tracking to the left. That's why after this move, normally you want to go to the right. That move, in my opinion, this flamingo back 4, is an amazing move. Very, very good move. 16 frame mid, that is safe in the counter launcher. It's very good here, so you have to be careful. And tracks to the left, of course, so yeah. Now let's talk about this, which is also a counter launcher, right? Let me demonstrate it, right? Not to mention, Hwoarang literally has 72 frames to come close and launch you. So, no way he's missing this launcher. No matter what. Now what to do about this? This has the same weakness as the back 4. This has slight tracking to the left, if I remember correctly. Not that much, you can still step it, as you guys can see. But look at that slight tracking it had right there. So side step right, in general, is a good option here. But when you punish this, be careful about one thing, because Hwoarang players will mash a power crush when they see that whip. This into a power crush. How do you power crush here? I forgot the input. Is it down 4 to 4? Back 3. There we go. So this, they will mash this. So this, you sidestep it, they'll mash power crush. And what can happen is that right there. And they'll just escape you, like this. Or if you delay the punish too much, you're gonna get hit. But Miguel down 4-2-1 actually tracks that. Something like an electric won't really work here. But since Miguel has a 2-hit launcher, it's pretty decent. Right, it'll work on the sidewalk. If you sidestep, and then down 4-2-1 late, you're gonna get hit. So be careful. Either do a very fast punish like a hop kick, right? Or just be fast enough in general. Be careful. It wall splats? Yes, it does wall splat. This wall splats. Wait, let me try to demonstrate it. There we go. There's the wall splat. And also low crush sometimes, if I remember correctly. Right? Yep, there we go. You guys saw that punish? That was a low crush. Yep, low crush. It has like low crushing frames. Kinda in the middle. Okay. So I talked about this. The most common options is this, and the two option. This one right here. This check. But this 2 option doesn't get used that much and can also be sidestep to the right. But what you have to be careful is this jab right here. Actually has tracking. See this? I'm gonna sidewalk. This just tracks you. By the way, it doesn't matter which side. It just tracks you. Very annoying. That jab has full tracking both sides. High jab. Be careful there. But I don't see this option used that much. So sidestep right is still really good. Really good here. Unless the Hwoarang player sees that you're expecting it and just, you know, keeps being in the stance, follows you around, maybe down 3-4s after, stuff like this. So yeah, down 3-4 is also an option after this. But you won't generally see it. Something like this might happen if you respect it too much. Because the Hwoarang player is like, this guy's sidestepping, I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? So this into down 3-4. But if they do it instantly, this will track your down sidestep right as well. So just be careful. But you will normally not see a down 3-4 after this. You have to sidestep this to the left, and track it to the right. But just so you know, that is an option. Very good move, this CD3. Now let's talk about down 3-4. So what the fuck do we do? Of course we all hate this move. No one exists that does not hate this move. Even Hwoarang players hate this move when they go up against a Hwoarang player. So the most consistent punish you can do here is a 4. This is the easiest punish. And the most consistent one you can do. 11 frame, just 4. But of course, since this does this much, most people are not satisfied with the while standing forward. It does too little, you know. And not to mention, if you fuck that up, you're also gonna get launched. But it's just harder to fuck up because it's so fast. So that's why I would say for consistency, just do the 4. Of course you can do something like this as well, but this is more unreliable. Right? Because if you mess this up even a little bit, you're gonna get launched. Just like that. For free. You're trying to punish it and you get launched. Flappy kicks, exactly. That's why while staying 4 is like the most easiest option to do without getting punished. Now let's talk about the options Hwoarang has in general after down 3-4 gets blocked. First, one's the flappy kicks I showed you, but better Hwoarang players usually like to go for the power crush. This one right here. Why is that the case? It's pretty simple. Because some players like to keep ducking after this for flappy kicks. And just launch them after they see the flappy kicks. So it's in general safer to go for this power crush than the flappy kicks. That's why you might see some Hwoarang players doing that instead of the 4-4. Right? It's exactly the same kind of mix-up. The while standing 4 to make it like pretty consistent. And when I say exactly the same, it is literally exactly the same. Because this, wait, 4-4, as you guys just saw, it comes up to 8 frames, 8-10, right? 8 frames. It's exactly the same for this power crush. All power crushes start with 8 frames. Start from 8 frames. Absolutely all of them. Except for Raven. Raven's back turn power crush starts at 6 frames. So yeah, that's one exception. Maybe there's one more, I'm not sure. Yeah, while staying 1 can work as well. Both are 11 frames. As long as you do an 11 framer, it can work. And something like this, right? And to salve, and to mix up, do whatever. Both work. It's all about the speed of the while standing move. Okay, now let's talk about the options Hwoarang has after this. He has a ton of options, so it's pretty important to know like the most common ones. But he can literally decide 1 second that he does not want to go for the common ones that just mix you up. So let's talk about this first. This and the Hell Sweep. First, let's talk about this. Right? You duck, you get mixed. You don't duck, you get Hell Sweeped. This is like a common 50-50 that Hwoarang players have that you can't really do anything about. You can't power crush. You can't rage art. It's like a 50-50 that you can't really do anything about. You can't sidestep it. You can't do anything about this. And this this mid is -10. So Miguel only gets a 1-2. Okay, so what can you do about this? I'm gonna tell you guys like a PC only tactic, but don't try to do this on 4 bars or PS4. Do not try to do this. What you can do is a fuzzy duck. You guys, if you look at my command history, I'm actually ducking. You guys saw that? I'm not getting hit by the mid because I'm ducking at the last few frames. You can't fuck this up just like that. I just fucked it up, right? Especially when I'm just talking. You have to concentrate on this. But the fuzzy duck here works really well to block both of these options. You guys see that I'm blocking the mid. I'm also blocking the low. This is a PC only tactic. I cannot recreate this on PS4 or a bad connection. So don't even try to do this on anything other than a 5-bar. You will get hit. You will get hit by both the hell sweep and the mid. Do not try to recreate it. But yeah. Have to be careful. Is the mid faster? Yes, and that's the point. You keep standing for the mid and duck for the low. That's how the fuzzy duck works. You hold back for the first 16, 17, 18 frames, something like that. And for the 20, 20 is the max you can do this because hell sweep comes out at 20. You just duck and you block the mid because of that and duck the hell sweep. That's what a fuzzy means in this situation. But as I said, I would only recommend this on a 5-bar PC or PC offline. Nowhere else. Not reliable. You're just gonna get hit. Other than that, you just have to get mixed. I'm sorry, but you're just gonna get mixed by those two. It is what it is. Okay, let's see the other options. This one. Very common option. Because it's only -2, and it's also a mid check. Of course, you can sidestep or anything. After down 3-4, I do not recommend moving at all, unless you backdash. Can Jim parry? I don't think so. Don't have the frames there. You're 2 minus. -14. I don't think you can parry. I'm pretty sure you cannot. Way too minus. But yeah, this one is a very common option. It's a mid check, and it's only -2. And it has follow-ups, which we already talked about. So, let's talk about the follow-ups first, because you can't really do anything about the mid. The 1-2. You can duck this, of course, but you guys saw how fast I punished it? That's literally how fast you have to punish it for that to be a launch punishable. Because this recovers very quickly. That's not a punish. I delayed a little bit, that was not a punish. So this you have to be very ready for to punish it with a launcher. Instant duck launcher. But if you don't, of course, you're just gonna block this. And you have to know the frames on it. So let's see the frames. When you block it. 0. This is why Hwoarang players are mashers. Guys, don't blame the Hwoarang player. Blame the character. The character literally has amazing frames on everything he does. How can you not mash? Like literally, how can you not mash? Oh guys, excuse me, someone's calling me, wait. Okay, I'm back. Okay, where was I? Down 3-4, right? Playing both. Yeah, this follow-up also has a follow-up. I think it's a 3. Fuck. Bum, bum, bum. There's the follow-up. So if you try to mash up to the jab, you're gonna get hit by this. Or if you try to duck this and try to punish a little bit too late, you're gonna get hit by this as well. So let's talk about this. This is -6. Hwoarang player really doesn't get anything after this gets blocked. And you can also duck this, so bum, bum, bum. That's also a high. If you don't duck this jab, you can actually duck this one and launch it. This last one is easy to launch. You don't need to be that fast about it. But it's just annoying to deal with. Can you backdash out of the pressure? Nope. Can't really backdash out of this pressure. He has a Weiwu for whatever reason. If he wants to, he can come in very fast, right? Very, very fast. So you have to be careful. Okay. Now let's talk about this situation. Bum, bum, bum. This hits you. Imagine this hits you, right? You are still plus after this, by the way. As you guys saw, you're +3 after this on hit. But be very careful when it comes to it. Because some Hwoarang players love taking those frames with either this, right? This right here to mix you up, or this right here, this mid, which is, you know, a launch. Or they might try a mid, or they might try, what is it? How's the throw? The back turn throw mix up, which, you know, he has it. But as I said, you are plus after that. You can mash, but there's one reason I will definitely not recommend for you to mash. The reason is pretty simple. Everything will whiff if the Hwoarang player decides to don't do anything. This. He can do something like this, for example. Not that. Messed up. Fuck this character. Like something like this, for example. And you decide to mash. Everything will literally whiff. And if the Hwoarang player is actually close enough, they might punish you for it. Like 4-3, down forward 1, something. 1-2, something. They might punish you for it. That's why I would normally not recommend mashing. Unless the Hwoarang player is using those frames to mix you up. Just be careful. Miguel super launcher? Which one? Savage down forward 2? Just spam Savage down forward 2 there? Yeah, nah. Or the power crush. Yeah, that won't work either. Okay. So we talked about this string, more or less, right? There's also this. Very common option. 2 jab. And this is one of the most annoying options as well. This option and this option are one of the most annoying ones. So why are they so annoying? Let's talk about the jab first. This jab is +5 for the Hwoarang player. So this is a +5 jab that Hwoarang gets for free, basically. Because if you duck this, let's imagine you duck, right? Or duck a hell sweep. This jab recovers very fast. Very, very fast. You guys see, right? Wall Tank 4 is not a punish there. I can't punish it. You have to punish it like this. Literally instantly. Even that wasn't a punish. No way. Dumb recovery. So, this too, +5. What happens in this +5 situation? You can either keep using the frames to continue on pressure, which Alrander just said, he can loop that, so continue the pressure. Or, if you decide to challenge him, he actually has a 15 frame mid-safe launcher, because of course he does, and he uses this. So, this is very common. This, jab, into forward 1+2. Something like this. And this only happens, though, in special situations. Not after this jab. Yeah, stealth, you're right. Not after this jab. It goes after the... This happens on the other jab. This jab is different. This is the check for that. RFF down forward 4. Yeah, you guys are right. The jab I'm talking about is this one. Yeah, they're different jabs, guys. You know, I'm human too. So the forward 1+2 check, which I'm talking about, is after this jab right here. 1, 2, this +5 jab, which is the left jab. So after this, you can do this. Something like this. But after down 3-4 2 jab, which is also +5, both of them are +5 jabs, he has down forward 4 to check you. So you have to differentiate those two. Like, I literally forgot that in this stance, he could not forward 1+2. I just forgot. That's my bad. But yeah, his option for checking is down forward 4. Let's talk about down forward 4 a little bit later, because this is like a separate entity. This right here, this is a separate entity. Okay, for now let's talk about this second option I talked about, which is pretty annoying. So this can work as a Hell Sweep mix-up as well, right? Because you're gonna duck Hell Sweep, get hit by this, and it's +8 for Scratch on hit. Pressure continues, right? Of course. But on block, it's also +1. So if the Hwoarang player decides this into 1-2, your jabs will lose here, right? Your jabs will lose. So you can't fuzzy. No, you can't fuzzy. Just like I talked about the back 3 and the Hell Sweep, but it's not realistic when it comes to a 4-bar connection or PS4. And this is a little bit harder to fuzzy because this comes out a little bit slower. But it's still possible. Like I've done it before, but as I said, PC only. So that's why I would not recommend doing that. Okay, so after this, be careful. The Hwoarang player might just do 1-2 into continue pressure, right? So something like this might be very common. Into a +5, into maybe this again, and you get counter launched. Very common. So yeah, be careful about that. That's actually plus on block. Your jabs will not win. If you dick jab may be a good option, but just be careful because the Hwoarang player might just decide to sidestep and then just frame skyrocket. Because that's also a thing Hwoarang players do. This, sidestep, just frame skyrocket. I get GIF, SAR, but you get the gist, right? Oh my lord. Right? And it's gonna be a punish. You're gonna get punished. Yeah, so that's very good to know. I guess that's like the most common options after down 3-4, right? Most common ones. But then becomes the mind game. What was I talking about? Yeah, the down 3-4 mind game. Which is the stance cancel. This one right here. One of the most annoying ones. Why am I labbing Hwoarang? Oh, someone requested it. Miguel versus Hwoarang. So this cancel. Very annoying. You have to keep this in mind as well. The down 3-4, cancel down 3-4. This can be a thing. So what you have to do about this cancel, see, either you have to react to it with something very fast, either a power crush or a fast counter launcher, which is, you know, Miguel's back one is pretty good. But you have to be very focused for this. And one more thing. If the Hwoarang player decides to do something fast after this cancel, reacting to this is almost impossible. Like, imagine reacting to that. You cannot beat that. You can't beat it. Impossible. But if they do something slow, back one will work. Yeah, no, it's very hard to react to. It's almost impossible, in my opinion, because of the fast options he has. The slow options, you can maybe counter hit, but it's very, very weird. Okay, let's see the options he has. Down 3-4, cancel, down 3-4. Common. Right? Pretty common option. Why? Because you're respecting it. Of course you're respecting it. It's a +14. What can you do? You can sidestep this to the left. One option you have. If you react to the sidestep, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's better than reacting with a button, in my opinion. But you can also just sidestep if you do a hard read. But if you react to with a sidestep, it's a little bit better. But as I said, this is very hard to do. I'm not saying this is easy or anything. Very, very hard to do. So down 3-4 to down 3-4. Reacting with a sidestep is pretty good. Either that or you do a hard read and mash. If you do a hard read and mash, you're gonna counter it or just, you know, launch it. Like, for example, just hop kick. Hop kick is an amazing mash option. If you want to mash something, mash a hop kick. Especially as Miguel, mash a hop kick. Kazuya players can eat shit because we don't have a hop kick. But yeah, mash a hop kick here. If you want to mash anything, mash a hop kick. Or an orbital, anything like that. Okay. What else? Oh, this mid option he has. Not this. Fuck. This one right here. So of course back 1, reacting with back 1 is pretty good. Even in this situation. I don't think you get a combo here, but at least you won't get launched. And reacting with the sidestep also works here. That's why I would normally recommend reacting with the sidestep. But be careful. If you react a little bit too late, wait, I'm gonna try to do that. You might get clipped. But normally it works. There you go. I recreated it. You see that? Because you know Hwoarang needs this kind of tracking. See this shit? I'm reacting late. But normally, if you do it correctly, you'll be able to sidestep it. But just be careful of the launch you get. I don't know what Miguel gets back turn, like the best thing you can get. But you get a back turn the launch here, basically. Whatever it is you have. So usually they need this. They do this as a mid mix up. This one. If they want something big reward. Or of course, they can do something else. Like this jab into +5 into pressure, as I already talked about. Or they can also do a power crush pressure like this, right? Because he has it. I don't know why he has this, by the way. This is also very annoying to deal with. So let's talk about this next. This is so annoying. Bro, this is the most annoying shit ever. I swear. Yeah, let's talk about this now. So this power crush, this down 4, 3, 4. Normally. Without the cancel, this is how it looks like. -14. Miguel gets forward 1 + 2 punish on him. Something like this. Well, let's talk about this cancel right here, right? What does this do? So what this does is makes you freeze. Now why does this make you freeze? I mean, it's obvious, but I'll say it anyway. Because it's a power crush, you can't really press anything into it. Because if you do press anything into it, it is gonna get absorbed. Right? It's gonna get absorbed and you're most likely gonna get punished for it. Because he's gonna continue the string. So you're a little bit scared to press something there. And since you don't press anything, the Hwoarang player just cancels this and goes into a mix-up. This is left flamingo, right? Left flamingo mix-up. Which you can down 3-4 after. Which, of course, you can. So you're frozen there, because, of course you would be frozen, this is scary. And they will go for a mix-up like down 3-4. Or jab, which is +5, right? I talked about this, right? This jab is +5. There you go, +5 jab. But they can also do 2. Or he has like this option as well. So the most common options are either 4-3 as a mid mix-up, or down 3. Okay, we talked about down 3-4. Let's talk about 4-3 now. Left flamingo 4-3. This one. Oh yeah, I have to mention though. The way you beat this is you have to grow some balls and mash. You either grow some balls and mash, or pray to Lord you sidestep at the right timing. So yeah. But what are the best options to mash here? Well, it depends on how much risk and reward you want, right? Against that kind of game. When you see this kind of thing, if you want high risk, you can of course mash a hop kick. Pray it doesn't get absorbed. You can do that. But the best options here are either a low, a very fast low, something like this, right? To stop him from doing that. Or maybe your own power crush. This low is like the minimal risk option, because it's fast, it's a low, it doesn't get power crushed, it's decent. Higher risk option is a hop kick with higher reward. But I think that's it. You can also sidestep, but because this thing tracks you sometimes really well, you have to be careful. Look at, wait. You have to be careful. Especially at the wall, it might track you a little bit weirdly, but sidestepping is still a good option, because as you saw, I'm still sidestepping away, you know? But be careful. He has this as an option for sidestep left. If they decide to do this, and you sidestep, this will hit you. So they have options for sidesteps. And some moves will clip you. Especially this move, which I already talked about, right? It's a mid, -8 safe, tracks to the left, counter with launcher. Very good. You hate this character? I think no one likes this character. The only people who like this character is if they play him. If they go up against him, they instantly start hating him as well. So, yeah. Miguel down for 1+2 is good. It's risky though. Like if you try to do this, they might just duck it and launch you for it. That's how it's very risky. Okay. Now let's talk about this move, which is a mid option Hwoarang has, like the best mid option in my opinion, after left flamingo, right? This one right here. So this is a mid, +4. This has exactly the same properties as CD3. The only difference here. So this +4, 18. This is 19 +4. There's a 1 frame difference, which, you know, this is slower by 1 frame. And this does not wall bounce. This is a normal wall splat. Other than that, it's also a counter launcher. And this is not a counter launcher. So those three are like the minor differences. But the frame-wise, like the differences here don't matter as much for the player as much for the Hwoarang player. I mean, it matters for the Hwoarang player because this is a counter launcher. This is not a counter launcher, and this is a counter launcher. But for us, the rule doesn't matter because both of them you don't want to get hit by or counter hit by, because this is gonna wall bounce you anyway. They won't use it outside of the wall most of the time, unless it's an infinite stage. But even then, it's a little bit iffy. So let's talk about this. This has exactly the same kind of mind game as CD3. And I talked about CD3 at the start, right? So CD3 jab, CD3 back 4, CD3 forward 3. Exactly the same. You can do forward 3 into forward 3 here. Exactly the same kind of mind game. So, yeah, just be careful about that. And yeah, this jab's +5. Don't forget, flamingo jabs, always +5. +5 jab, +5 jab. It's just different stances. This stance, he can't really do forward 1+2. This stance, he can't do forward 1+2 as a check. But yeah, now let's talk about this, which is a right foot forward check for plus frames. So the right foot forward jab +7. Oh, you mean this one? Wait, not this one. This. This is +2. Or maybe this one. This is 0. I don't know which jab you're talking about. Like, these are the two jabs. I don't know the +7 jab, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, flamingo jabs, +5. But yeah, let's talk about this option right here. This is the right foot forward frame check that Hwoarang players have. Right flamingo jab on hit. Oh, on hit, yeah. Probably on hit. But on hit, you don't want to challenge this guy anyway. You know, frames. He has a lot of them, and he has a lot of moves that they spam, so very iffy to challenge him on hit. Okay, now let's talk about this RFF down forward 4. This is a frame trap that they have for right foot forward. Because they don't have this, of course they have to have something else. So what is this? This move is mid, like this, right? 13 frames fast. It is safe, -7, you can't really punish it. Even if you try to, it's gonna whiff anyway. Like, your jabs are gonna whiff. This is not Miguel having bad jabs, your jabs are gonna whiff most of the time. Unless maybe you're Heihachi, I'm not sure. And you can confirm this on counter hit. You know what happens on counter hit? Well, not that. Thank God that's not guaranteed, but holy shit. Wait. All this is guaranteed. This is guaranteed. And you can confirm this on counter hit. That would be insane. Dude, imagine that was guaranteed on counter hit. absolutely broken, and Hwoarang players would still downplay him. That could be a thing, and Hwoarang players would still downplay him. But yeah, this is all guaranteed, and this is a wall splat. Right? So if they do something like as simple as this, RFF back 2, which is plus, right? This is, how much plus? Plus 5, I think? Plus 4? Yep. Plus 4, they can check you with down forward 4. This is a frame trap, pure frame trap. You can't really press anything unless you press a power crush. You're gonna get counter hit into 46 damage. Into, of course, you know, a wall combo. Will most likely do something 70 something damage, most likely. So, yeah. Good luck with that. So what do you do about this? The most important thing to know about this move is this jab is almost always coming. Almost always. What they do to confirm this is they do this jab and then the back 4. It's very uncommon for this jab to not come out. Very uncommon. So, what you can do is, well, you have 2 options here. One, by the way, that jab whiffing, that never happens because this is almost always at the wall. You can backdash it, of course. Like that. It's possible, backdash 1, 2, stuff, something like that, right? But this almost always gets used at the wall, so you can't really backdash it. And it doesn't really whiff anyway. So one thing you can do is you have a parry, you can immediately punch parry this. I'll lab this, and some characters have very good options, some characters bad options, but you can immediately punch parry this, which is an option. Or immediately high crush it. But your high crush option has to be fast. I just checked this out. I did not know if this worked or not, but this does not work. Like, this is too slow. See this? But some characters have very good options. But I don't know what Miguel can do. A dick jab, maybe, to stop the pressure after the down forward 4. Because this is very common. This right here. Hwoarang players love doing this. And you're here stuck in minus frames. -7, -5. You see those frames, by the way? -7, -5. On block. -7, -5, -7, -5. Yeah, good luck. Good luck pressing there. So yeah, be careful when it comes to that. The dick jab to stop the pressure is pretty good, or have a high crushing option. Yeah, down forward 2 doesn't work. But a fast high crushing option. Down back 2 doesn't work. Yeah, something like that. RFF down forward 4 has no tracking though. Oh yeah, true. I almost forgot to mention that. So, when it comes to plus frames, sidestepping this can work really well if he didn't have an amazing tracking move from RFF. So, what can happen is this, right? This into down forward 4 check, which you can sidestep to the left, right? Of course. But then he has this. Your sidewalk, wow, one of the best tracking moves, maybe. So safe. It is -9, but don't let this -9 fool you. This -5 is better than some +1s or 0s. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but this -9 is very better than some -5s because of the pushback it has. So this pushback creates opening for Hwoarang player to bait a whiff. So not only is it absolutely broken because it guarantees back 3 on hit into another mix-up, right? All that shit. Good luck stepping that. But also, it creates enough pushback for whiff baits. So basically, if you try to check or use the -9, they might do either this, which is a very good thing to do, because you're so far, a lot of players dash in, right? You dash in down forward 1, you're gonna get hit. See this? Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But this is something they can do. Because of the pushback this creates. And look at the range it has. You guys saw the range, right? Look at that range. You can't backdash this. This is impossible to backdash. Wait. I'm just trying to showcase the max range. Like when it comes to plus frames into this, it's... There you go. You cannot backdash this. Impossible to backdash. Of course, the tracking move, you can sidestep it. So what can you do? If you want high reward, you have to mash here. Or, you know, just block it if you don't want to take any risks. So down forward 4, you want to step it, this hits you. Yeah, if you fuck up with Just Frame Skyrocket, you also get this. That is true. Oh, and I almost forgot about the other tracking move. I almost forgot. How did I forget? You fuck up a Just Frame Skyrocket on this stance without RFF. You get this tracking move. A 16 frame mid-tracking move. Which is also very hard to backdash because it has amazing range. Look at this range. It has pretty decent range. Right? Pretty good range. Not easy to backdash this. Tracking move, 16 frames, very hard to sidestep block. Sometimes you sidestep block this, right? It's 20 frames fast. It's possible. But this, you can't really sidestep block. And knockdown on counter hit. Plus 8. Goes into RFF, by the way, goes to RFF. And on block, it's minus 8. At least the pushback isn't that big. You can actually press here to check the Hwoarang player. Unlike RFF down forward 3, you can actually press. But if you press something too slow, the Hwoarang player might just decide to, oh, let's backdash this motherfucker. Right? And he can't do that. This into backlash. If you decide to do something slow, you get fucked. Or if you want to use your frames. So be careful. He's actually in RFF after this. Yeah, be careful. Okay. Now let's talk about the down forward 1-3. This right here. I talked about this. I don't think Miguel has a good high crushing option for it, I'm gonna be honest. Someone like Shaheen has an amazing option. I really like Shaheen's option. Down back 4, I think. Really like it. And some others also have it, but some characters have to eat this. If you don't sidestep it anyway, you gotta eat it. And of course, the Hwoarang player can just decide to do some other stuff because this is a flamingo stance. So when I talk about down forward 4, this can transition into a flamingo stance very easily. And just use other moves from right flamingo. And one of them, of course, is a hell sweep. So basically, this is a thing. This can become a thing because you're so scared to not do anything. They just hell sweep you. Can be a thing. Yeah, be careful about that as well. Now let's talk about down forward 1-3. This move can be very annoying, especially in a little bit lower ranks, because they kind of abuse this, because not a lot of people know how to deal with this. Because this is a flow chart right here. This one. And this can be used even in high level play, like very high level play, but especially at round ending situations. When they are like high pressure, they won't expect something like this. They're trying to retaliate, boom, this hits you. You can't press anything after this. Right? Can't do anything. Damn, Power Crush actually tracks them. But yeah, jabs, everything doesn't work. So what you have to do against this is you either backdash, just like that, make it whiff, punish it, one of the options. Or sidestep. But try to sidestep on the right. If you sidestep to the left, it will hit you like this. But backdash is the best option you can do. It's safer, because if the Hwoarang player decides to mash after down forward 1-3, you'll still block. And if you backdash, this will just whip. And you'll punch him. Of course, you can also do a tracking move, which is something like a, I don't know, forward 4 for Miguel. But then Hwoarang player gets this jab for free. Because forward 4 is too slow. Forward 4-2? Yeah, forward 4-2, this will beat the jab. I'm not sure if this will beat the back 1. Let me check that. Because back 1's pretty fast as well. It will not. My god! If I do it too fast, that happens. Yeah, no. Doesn't back forward 1 beat both options? Oh, you mean the high, right? Let's check it out. I haven't tested that, so let's test that. Nope. Definitely does not. That's fun, right? But yeah, if you want to hard punish this, you have to hard read it with a backdash. Or if you block it, of course, you punish it, it's -14. But the backdash is the safest option, because you won't get hit by something like this. Because Hwoarang players can actually see if you respect this or not, and they will just start pressure because they can down 3-4 after this, and forward 3 after this. Which, you know, we talked about forward 3 and how dumb it is, right? This move. Very dumb. Both of this. Very dumb. Down 3-4. Very dumb. Okay, so we talked about this already. The most common option is either back 1 to avoid pressure, or power crush. Back 3. There you go. That's why a backdash works really well. If you try a sidewalk right, you're gonna get hit by this. This is the tracking power crush. I forgot. That's a tracking power crush. Tracking mid power crush, -12. But yeah, backdash works really well because you're gonna block this and punish this as well. Not only the back 1. Okay. Iron Fist back 3, yeah, we talked about that. Okay, what else do I have left? Oh yeah, his back turned mix. I'm gonna teach you guys something really useful for people who have good power crushes. So the back turned mix that Hwoarang players love to use. Not all of them, but for example, Kwas loves to use it. This, right? As a mid mix up or a throw. I don't know how to do the throws, but you understand, right? Just a throw mix up, which for some reason Hwoarang has. A good, what do I mean by a good power crush? Oh, I'll show you guys. It has to be fast. That's what I mean by a good power crush. So, this is the mid mix up they use, right? Normally, this is a tracking move. You cannot sidestep the second mid. It's a mid-mid, you can't really duck it, and it's -5. You can't do anything about this. This is an insane move. And it's normal hit combo. Absolutely insane mid-mid. And if you try to sidestep the first one, the second one tracks you. You guys see this, right? Even if you do sidestep it, which won't happen most of the time, the second one's basic track. You see this? Wait. Unless that happens. You see that? Wait. Look at that. Dumb character. Oh my god. Bro. Okay. Very dumb character. Sidestepping that is like a miracle. But normally you won't even be able to sidestep the first hit because it's going to be in a mix-up situation after wake up. So what do you do after on this? Unblock. Some characters actually have a very good option. I mean, all characters have an option. But, okay, let me talk about this. Explain it. So, in between this, you can't really press anything. There's no in-between window, which, in my opinion, should be. But, you can power crush through this. But when I talked about a good power crush, the power crush, if I remember correctly, has to be 17 frames for this to actually work. For example, Miguel will not work. This is not a punish. You guys saw that, right? It's not a punish, so look at this. Power crush has to be 17 frames for that to work. So I'm gonna hold back. He blocks it. Right? But if your character has a good power crush, something like Kunimitsu's back 2 is fast enough. Something like Bob's power crush, also fast enough. Some other power crush, maybe Elisa is fast enough, I'm not sure. But if you have a good power crush, like I think, if I remember correctly, it's 17, might be 18. It will work, and you will actually punish this. Brian, I don't know if Brian's forward 4-2 can work. Most likely it can. I haven't tested that, I'm gonna be honest. But, when I said all characters have an option, the option is actually a Rage Art. Even though Rage Arts come out very slow, they are, I don't know, weird like that. They actually work, so. How do I Rage Art? Is it back? There we go. This actually works for all characters. This is a punish. And this is actually very useful, because Hwoarang players, some Hwoarang players, and Chaos likes to do this as well, like rounded situations when you might have rage, they might go like this and mix you up with either a grab or this. So if you're ready for it, ready for this, you might rage art instantly. As long as you don't die on the second hit, it's gonna be pretty good. So yeah, good to know. Every character has a rage art. Doesn't matter how fast your rage art is. But some characters get a power crush. But in general, very annoying move. This move, very annoying. But yeah, sometimes you have to duck this, by the way. Like after wall combo, I don't remember the wall combo, I'm gonna be honest. After wall combo, they might decide to go back turn and mix you up with either throw or this. Or maybe even this. Sometimes you gotta duck the throw and launch it. If you duck it and don't launch it, the Hwoarang player gets it for free. Gets to mix you up for free, so you have to launch it or at least punish it, right? So you have to realize you're in the mix, sometimes duck it, sometimes don't, and punish it. That's when it comes to a back turn mix. Okay, what else? I think I talked about 1-2-1. This is like the most common option Hwoarang players use to get in. With a +5 jab, and then continue the pressure. But in general, 1-2 is a great option to go in. So Hwoarang players will either dash in or wave dash in, right? They do 1-2 into Flamingo to start pressure. And it works really well, because this is +3. Even if you mash a jab, this will trade. Right? That's a trade. If you don't press anything, they might start left Flamingo pressure. And we already talked about left Flamingo and how dangerous this can be because of this and this. Dangerous stance. And of course this. No, very dangerous stance. Did you mention down back 4? Oh, nice, good one. Almost forgot about down back 4. So, let's talk about down back 4. Niche, thank you for the follow. Let's talk about this move, right here. This move usually can be used as a poke. Usually. But very seldom. You won't see it. When you will see this move most of the time is round ending situations where I have 1 HP. Sylvia, hello. Hello. Good to see you. So, what am I talking about? You're in rage, you have 1 HP, the Hwoarang player wants to finish you off. They will most likely choose this as a low option. Now, why will they choose this? So this move can transition into a Flamingo. Like this. What does that mean? Let's see the frames. You duck it, it's actually -1 for the Hwoarang player. So you're only +1. So what does this mean? This means something very simple. He has an 8 frame high from that stance. So, if you try to punish this, well, surprise, you get launched. Right? And this is why that happens. That Hwoarang players use this as a finisher, because if you do guess correctly and actually duck this, right? You duck it. Try to punish it, but surprise, you can't really punish it. Surprise, you can't really punish it. Down back 4 into up forward 4. You mean this one? The move that they gave against the dick jab? So, yeah, normally what you want to do, right? Dick jab punish. This is like the most consistent punish you can get. Right? A down jab if you want to avoid that, or something that crushes. You can even do something like this on a hard read, right? It can work. But yeah, just like Hampanon said, I think ever since Season 3 or Season 4, I don't remember when they gave that move, he has this hop kick. Right? But dick jab works against even this one, as long as you don't delay it. If you delay this, you're gonna get fucked. See this? But if you don't delay it, this works. But then the other options don't work. Something like this full crouch 4. Or low. Won't work. Or a delayed duck jab. Oh, and down 2 also works. Yes, just like Hwoarang said. This also works. But you have to just be careful not to delay them. But I'm gonna be straight with you. You'll never see a Hwoarang player do this in round-ending situations. Round-ending situations, no one will do this. Absolutely no one. If they try to finish you off, they will do this into forward 4, or they also have another option. Do this into back 3. Not back 3, my bad. Wrong stance. Back 4. There you go. Which is a power crush. And dig jab also works against this. Right? You have enough frames to block it. So that's why dig jab is a pretty good option. If you do down 4 though, you'll stop this. It can work. But if you do something too slow, something like that, it will hit you. And of course, if you try to punish this, it will also punish you. So yeah, be careful about that. Dig jab is your best option here. No contest. So if you're Akuma, you launch it. So if you're Akuma, you actually launch this. Bruh. Launch punishable, by the way. Okay. What else? Full crouch down forward 2. Let's check that. Let's check that. I don't think it will work. Nah, that actually counter-hits you. Doesn't have high crushing. You're gonna get fucked for that. Yeah, it will be on YouTube. I am recording this. Okay, what else? Did I forget something? This character has so much shit. Most likely I did forget something. I talked about so much stuff. Yeah, I agree. Dumb character. I can't believe anyone downplays this character. I don't know how you can do it. He has literally everything you need. Rage drive. Yeah, rage drive. I always forget about the rage whenever I do speed laps. But let's do the rage drive and that's gonna be it. Why pros say he's not good? I'm not sure, man. Hwoarang out there destroying everyone with Hwoarang, so I'm not sure. Of course he has his weaknesses. He's not unstoppable, but he is good. You can't put him anywhere below A tier, like A+, A tier. Very good. Okay, let's talk about the rage drive. So he has a very, very good rage drive. Very good rage drive. First, let's talk about before this hits. When can you expect this? Usually you expect this move when Hwoarang is in plus frames. Something like this into rage drive is pretty common, right? That's why you see a lot of competitive players low parry the rage drive a lot. Because Hwoarang players may use this predictably. Like back 2, rage drive, predictable. Forward 3, rage drive. Also predictable. Plus frames into rage drive, basically. Those kind of things can be very predictable. So, competitive players usually pay attention if the Hwoarang player has rage. If he has rage, they will low parry in certain situations. But of course, it can be a mix-up. Because, of course, it is 12 frame low. Now let's talk about when you don't predict it and you actually get hit by it. The bump block, right? Plus 7. Hwoarang is in right foot forward, and right foot forward, as we know, has pretty good options. One of them being down forward 4, back 2, and down 3-4 being also one of them. Crap, hello. Good to see you. So, first let's talk about back 2. This move usually gets used when you are like frozen and you don't want to press anything. This is a frame trap. You press anything, that happens. Right? Literally anything. Unless you have a full crouch power crush, you can't press anything. Or a rage art. Rage art will also beat it, but let's not talk about rage arts here. Plus 4. Mid frame trap. Great option. How do you beat this? You sidestep it. But be sure to sidewalk it. The sidesteps are a little bit... Right, then try to sidestep, there you go. It hits you. Some may be able to sidestep it, Maybe females can sidestep it, I'm not sure. I think Azia can sidestep sometimes. Miguel may be a little bit of a big boy. But sidewalk it, it will be pretty common. On the right too, let's check the right one. I'm pretty sure you can sidestep both directions, I'm not sure. Yep. Both directions work. So P2 people can sidestep this as well. Doesn't matter which side you are. Now let's talk about the other options. Down forward 4. This move normally is steppable, right? But +7 situation makes it unsteppable. That's why down forward 4 is one of the best options Hwoarang player can do here. P1, you cannot sidestep it. Isaac, hello. Let me check P2. Neither can P2. So down forward 4 here is one of the best options Hwoarang player can do, which is also the safest. So what does this do? This, we talked about this, right? Is a counter hit confirmable move that can wall plant. So imagine you're at the wall, you block a rage drive, and then you get counter hit by this, you're basically dead. You lost the round. No way you're coming back to that, you lost the round. It's a Hwoarang player. They know what to do after that. So, you don't mash, but then, when you don't mash, what happens? He also has down 3-4. Don't mash, you respect them, you get fucked by down 3-4, pressure starts, you know, you have to guess for your life again. But, the good thing is, the mid options Hwoarang player has isn't that scary if you don't get countered. Unless they take a risk. So what do I mean if they take a risk? Something like this. This is the scariest mid option he has in my opinion, which is also a tracking move. By the way, when I say take a risk, I mean like in Hwoarang's terms. It's not that much of a risk, because +7, 20 frames, 13 frames will trade. So, wait. The risk they take is if I mash, this will actually be it. That's legit the risk I mean. Nothing else. I mean, if you're like a Akuma player, you'll get the launch with a dick jab, right? But we're not talking about Akuma, he's not Tekken. So this is the risk they take. They will actually get hit. But if you duck something like down 3-4, he gets that. If you sidestep, he gets that. So basically the best mid option he has is that right there. And the way to beat it is to mash. Or be safe and, you know, don't press anything. And you have to risk getting mixed up by down 3-4. I mean, if you press, down 3-4 will hit you as well. Unless you hit the dick jab. So one of the best mash options here is either 1, a dick jab, or while staying 4. But I would normally recommend to mash a dick jab if you do mash anything. Unless you maybe have like a countered launcher. Like, I don't know, while standing 3 O'Brien's may be a good option. Sometimes. Even that's very weird. But for Miguel, dick jab if you want to mash. Or sidestep. But be careful, I already told you the options. This move is insane. Gives guaranteed back 3. And then they will do while running 3. If you hold back... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Wait, I have to mention that. So this... back 3 while running 3. I have to mention this. Most people don't know this. If you hold back here, if the Hwoarang player does this correctly, that's guaranteed. Almost forgot to mention this. Very dumb. So this... back 3. Have to record correctly though. Reinventing Steel, thank you for the follow. Let me try to demonstrate it. This... fuck. This... back 3 while running 3. So you get hit by this, back 3 is guaranteed, you hold back, that's guaranteed also. That's why you do not hold back in the situation. You have to know the situation. In no way you hold back here, that while running 3 is guaranteed. That is a very common option for Hwoarang players to go for. Not only the wall running 3 guaranteed, I'm thinking after wall running 3 they can do another back 3 to flip you. That's very good to know. One other thing. This move. Do you know how many people I see getting hit by this? Wait, look at this, look at this. This is the back 3. Do you guys know what to do about this? Everyone gets hit by this. They either get hit by like this, or stay down. Literally everyone gets hit by this. But you just have to know. This is not guaranteed. If it was guaranteed, that would be broken. Like, you guys remember the tooth throw Hwoarang had? Guaranteed back 3? Like that kind of broken. So what you do here, you just press up. Literally hold up. Hold up and launch him for it. Because they're dumbasses. They think you're a dumbass. Hold up, launch him for it. Minus 19. This is exactly what you do. Dumbasses. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people know that, so that's very good to know as well. Very, very good to know. You have to hold up. If you hold back, you get launched. If you stay down, you get, you know, flipped over. Hold up. That's what you do. That's useless. You break every throw. Of course, unless you're hunting Swan and break over every throw. Of course. Of course. Then you don't need this kind of advice. It's for plebs like me. Okay, what else? Dude, my head hurts. Fuck this character. How long is this vid? Hour and a half? Am I done? I'm pretty sure I still have some left. I think I still have some left. There are a lot of flow charts this character has, like 4-3 into 4-3. A lot of people like to do that. Or 4-3 to 4-1 plus 2, for example, right? +5, you mash, you get counter hit. This trades, very good. This is actually hard to sidestep, by the way. 4-1 plus 2. Very dumb move. You can sidestep it to the right sometimes, but it still has some tracking. Like, look at this, right? If you sidestep, pure sidestep, this will track you. If you sidewalk, you can avoid it. But you can't go to the weak side. You know, left is Hwoarang's weak side normally. You can't go to the left, even sidewalk. It tracks you. This move is amazing. Counter hit launcher, and it's safe. With good tracking. So, what did I talk about? This character has literally everything. Only thing he, doesn't have, when I say doesn't have, I mean by he doesn't have it that good, is the high crushing options. Which he does have down back 3. Let's be honest, down back 3 is not that bad. Hwoarang players really like to say, oh, I don't have high crushes, I only have down back 3. But let's be honest here, down back 3 is not that bad, okay? The 0 on block low, that's 19 frames, it's not that bad. Okay. What else? That covered down 4-1-4. Oh, you mean down 4-1-3, right? This. Yeah, I did cover that. +7 on counter hit. This, yes, +7 on counter hit. It's really not that bad. I don't know why they complain about this. If they didn't even have this, I would be like, oh sure, maybe. But they have it. I don't know why they complain about it. Okay, I think that's it. I'm tired. Well, maybe I actually forgot about some things, but I think a lot of things I already covered. So much shit, bro. I really hate this character because of how much shit you have to know. I'm actually tired. But yeah, YouTube, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.